Starting a bootcamp series on from initial miniOS USB boot setup. I'll show you how I do it to finally modify to the my daily use. Now to record this, I had to first go to terminal and then do the sudo apt update. Sudo apt update, and then simply enter, and I've already done that. So, and then followed by sudo apt upgrade. After a few minutes of upgrade, you're gonna come to this screen where it's looking for your input. So I simply at this point I just use a return key just to proceed. Default is no. After that, you're gonna get another screen and default is no, and I simply tap on my return key twice and then it'll proceed. And then just to give you a warning, the upgrade takes greater than 1 hour on my machine with the Ethernet connection. So after return key times twice, it's gonna take a while. After that, what I've done is I also used a terminal and installed my programs that I frequently use. So this may be different in your case depending on what application you need to install on your machine. After that's done, you can use a synaptic graphic package manager and left super key synaptic package manager, and then you can use this to install further programs. In my case, I used to search Korean font, and because there's many different names that I can't remember, I just pick some that I'm already familiar with, and then after that's all done, you go ahead and apply. So here, just for sake of demonstrations, I'll go to Redshift, and I also use Redshift GTK for night computer use. So I'll just do that, but I won't bore you with installing all these different fonts. After that's all done, by apply button, it'll give you all the installed programs. So after applications are all installed, then I go to reboot, and we'll go on from there. Obviously, I will not reboot because it's going to mess up my screen recording. By removing, I've created first persistence. Now next thing I want to do is remove these icons and put the hard drive partitions down here. And to do that, right click on a desktop and go to desktop settings, and then its default is left top, and we want a bottom left horizontal, so I want to have it here. So we'll go ahead and arrange icons. So, and then next what we'll do is we'll go ahead and take a look at file launcher icons, and I don't want these, but I do want my internal hard drive partition shown here. So I do have one internal hard drive and SSD that I'm using to save my video recording right now. So highlighting internal SSD shows that it's actually mounted, and this is where video information is being stored as I'm talking. So I click on these three, and then close, and this is the final result. So now you may be wondering where these texts are coming from. So I'll show you. We'll go to GParted. This is obviously partition manager. And then, so this is the drive that I've broken into several partitions. And whatever you label the partition, for example, I'm saving information here, and so label, just right click and then label file system is, so this is how I set it up as internal SSD. And when I close the GParted, that it sets this up. Now, because this is all too busy here, and I prefer to have the panel up on the top, next I go to panel and then right click panel and then panel preferences, and then untick the lock panel, and then you get a little handle. You just click with your mouse and go all the way up, and then lock the panel again, and then you can adjust the size of the panel. So initially it was a little high, so I prefer to have it at 33, for example. Close. And I think we'll stop there. So this is